potatoes. Okay, lean meat and starch fruit. No added fat, no added sugar is the only diet, hands down, that you're going to be able to eat in abundance, not counting 1 calorie, lose body fat, and build muscle like crazy on the cut. On the cut. Okay, this has always been my problem and most meatheads' problem. Is they'll do a bulk, they might gain 10 pounds, 20 pounds, maybe even 50 pounds if they go like straight dirty and just eat like a pig. And they'll build a pile of muscle if they're training hard. But then they go on their cut and they take the dumbass advice, just yanking the calories down, still entertaining dietary fat, entertaining refined sugar. Body's not happy. Metabolic rate drops, calorie output drops. And you lose muscle. You lose muscle and you're hungry and out. You lose muscle just simply tracking the calories on dog shit macros and food choices. If you've built your body up, okay, if you did a pretty solid bulk, okay, or you're just perma-bulking for the last 20 years like a fat pig, if you've built your body up and built a bunch of muscle on lean meat and carbs, if you jump on a carnivore diet or some low-carb bullshit or something where you're restricting protein, some dumbass low-fat, high-carb vegan diet, anything that you're restricting protein or carbs, you are losing muscle. You are losing muscle. On the low-fat diet, bodybuilding style food choices, lean meat, starch, you could put on muscle on the cut. For example, okay, let's say I was really lean and I do a half-ass dirty bulk, not too dirty. Okay, just a lot of meat, a lot of carbs, probably a bunch of fat. I gained 20 pounds. I'm like, fuck it. Gained 20 pounds. Okay, let's say I build a bunch of muscle in that 20 pounds. That's why I have so much diet confidence, because I know I can just jump on that low-fat diet, cut the body fat, hold on to every ounce of muscle I built. I don't even track calories. I just knock the fat out of the diet. I make sure it's clean. No refined sugar. Okay, and I'll go to the tightest food choices. Lean meat and potatoes and berries. Something that looks like that. Same exact diet will allow the super fat pigs to build muscle like crazy, losing a stupid amount of body fat. Why does it work so good? Because you're happy in that deficit. Because the food is what your body needs. That type of food. Lean meat and whole food carbohydrates. Your body's happy in an insane deficit. You don't notice it. So your body just releases body fat like crazy as you're building muscle. So even if I gain 20 pounds, 30 pounds, let's say something stupid, 40 pounds. 40 pounds. Okay, all I need to do is cut the fat out of that diet, clean it up, and I can actually keep building muscle all the way down. So not only did I build muscle on the bulking phase, I can keep building muscle on the cutting phase, even though I'm in a huge deficit. Because my body's happy from those food choices. It's a happy deficit, not a sad deficit like everybody does. They'll build a bunch of muscle on a bulk, and then they'll lose a shitload of it on their crappy cut. Body's not happy. Their metabolism tanks. That causes muscle loss. Thyroid function tanks. Their body's running colder. They're always hungry. Why are they hungry? Because they're entertaining a bunch of dietary fat and refined sugar, not the best whole food choices. The nutrition density's dog shit. When you do it like this, you don't gotta count shit. You can build muscle up and fast if you're willing to get a little fluffy on that bulk. The super fat pigs that build muscle like crazy all the way down. All the way down. The body will just release body fat perfectly. They're obviously in a crazy deficit because they're losing a pile of body fat and they're building a shitload of muscle. So can you lose body fat in a ranked deficit? Of course. If you're giving your body protein and carbs to build muscle, it just takes the fat. There's no other diet that'll do that. None. None. If you built your body up on protein and carbs, okay, you're going to lose muscle cutting on anything that's low carb or anything that's low protein. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Why do you think these guys cutting like that got to count the calories in the first place? Because they ate like shit. They're creating a situation where the deficit is so tight because their calorie output dropped, because their metabolism is dog shit. There's only one way to eat where you can anabolically cut body fat. And that's a low-fat diet, lean meat, and whole food carbohydrates. No added fat, no added refined sugar. Nothing else will allow you to do that. Nothing. Everything else, you'll start pulling on muscle mass as you're cutting. Guaranteed. And everything else you have to count like a hawk, because if you don't, you just overeat. Because it's a shitty diet. You eat like shit. You eat like shit. You're not overeating on that low-fat diet based in lean animal protein and potatoes. It's just going to take you down to the perfect body weight. You're going to hold on to every ounce of muscle you built, no matter how crazy your bulk got. Okay? 10-pound bulk, 20-pound bulk, 30-pound bulk, 300-pound bulk if you're just a super fat pig. And you might be a super fat pig that hasn't even lifted a weight, and you're just 300 pounds because you ate like shit the last 30 years. You could build muscle like crazy on the way down. Eating like this, never hungry. And the same applies for people that only got like 20 pounds to lose. Okay, you build muscle on the bulk and on the cut. And you feel like Superman. Nothing creates that kind of environment. Nothing. You're losing muscle on your carnivore diet bullshit. You're losing muscle on keto. You're losing muscle on your low-fat, high-carb vegan bullshit. You're losing muscle fasting, doing prolonged fasts. You're losing muscle doing sugar fasting, juice fasting, fruit fasting. You're losing muscle all of it. The only thing you're not going to lose muscle on the cut. The cut would be super fatties trying to lose 300 pounds. Somebody that built some muscle is trying to lose 10 pounds. The only diet you're not going to lose muscle on and you're going to perform like a boss is that low-fat diet based in lean protein, animal protein, and whole food carbohydrates. Lean meat and smash carbs, you fat pig.